So, Miss Martha, I am sitting here and all of a sudden the clash comes through my head. Should I stay or should I go now? Should I stay or should I go now? If I go, there will be trouble, and if I stay, there will be double. So come on and let me know. Should I cool it or should I blow? This indecision's killing me. This indecision's if you don't want me, set me free. Now my tarot is calling. It is the Dreaming Cat Tarot. Look at those. Aren't they cute? It's a very generic box. Reminds me of Doctor Who. Then it's got kitties. I love this deck. This is an amazing deck. So, okay. So Spirit, let's set up a little bit more. Because that song came in my head and I was like, no, I need to start recording. So I am drawing a circle of protection around me around this whole living room, because as always there is always a circle of protection around the house, but we are adding an extra circle of protection around the living room and any spirits that are coming in. Only the good spirits are allowed to come in. If you are a bad spirit, you are not allowed to come in. However, we can figure out messengers if we have to, but we are not doing evil. Thank you. Hi, Ossie. Oscar de la Gato. So, having said that, Mighty Ashtaroth, please send your guidance and your wisdom lend. Let my cards and I see and speak in clarity and truthfulness and honesty. As we ask, so must it be. Thank you. So these guys called out to me. Oscar's coming over. Do not touch a thing, Oscar. Oscar Joseph. I love you. And so the question is, should I stay or should I go? Actually, it's pretty much what the question is. Okay, Oscar, you're something. You 100% are. The real, yep. Should I keep the ultimatum or be done and start healing? That is what Miss Martha is asking. And she has asked for 3 cards. So, that seems better. That moment when at 52 years old you finally figure out how to sit crisscross, that actually feels good. Of course, I think if my right foot was on the hardwood floor, it would not feel this good. I'm sitting on a blanket. I had to take it out from underneath Doug's butt. What a puppy. Hi, Oscar. Oh, thank you. We appreciate it. So yes, Spirit, that is the question. Excuse my runny nose. Yeah, because that bothers me. What he said bothers me. Like, yeah, it's like a mess. Like, let me look at no, because that's too many. Because, yes, mess. Because when I was reading that text, I was like, I don't like his wording at all. Got the Ten of Wands. And the Eight of Wands. Yeah, I did not like what he was saying. The Knight of Coins, and then the Queen of Coins reversed. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, baby, honey. Hello. I love you. Oh, it does. Oh, I know it feels plonk. All right, now go, 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 go. Yes, my little sunbeam. Go to babies. You can definitely sit over there. All right. Because after the first two dropped out, I was like, okay, one more card. And then something said, I'm going to give out as many cards as I want to. And I was like, all right. I am not going to. Oh, I'm telling you. When spirit is feisty. But we're allowed to be feisty in this house. We are allowed to be feisty in this house. We're just not allowed to be mean, rotten, and miserable. There are rules, boundaries, and limitations for every single spirit that enters this house. Everybody is expected to follow them. But my guides are fairly feisty, very demony. And they do not like the F word at all. My God. It's just ridiculous. So, let's see what we've got here. So we have the Ten of Wands. And I looked these all up on tarot.com. And I'm sorry, like something has just completely hit my allergies here. Of course, it is spring. Yeah. Ten of Wands. So the wands represent initiative, ambition, and drive to begin with, as well as desire. It's a suit of enterprise and risk-taking. The 10 of this suit represents an all-out effort and obsessive commitment to a task which demands everything you've got. The person shown in decks with pictures is in no position to rest until they make it inside the stout walls of the well-defended castle in the distance. If he fails, he will become prey for the highway robbers after dark. It doesn't matter that he's overloaded and underfed. With this card, you have to do whatever it takes to get to completion. Nothing can be allowed to interfere. Okay, so that's the first one. And it's interesting because it's almost like it's funny because these two cards are so different from the rest of the cards. The Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Coins, the Queen of Coins, the World, and the Fool. It's like these two cards almost look like they should be together as pictures on a wall. So they're just so different. And I find that my cards also teach me different spreads, so it ends up being interesting. Over there, actually. I am sorry. I can't keep sniffing any longer. was my tissue from a minute ago, so. Okay, so before I start, obviously, we understand that. I am ADHD. Okay. Oh, that's so much better. So much better. Hi, Asalu. Asalu. My baby Asalu. Oh, sweetie. Can you come over here and sit here? Can you sit here with me? Can you sit here or up here? You want to sit on the cushion? Come on up on the cushion. So, okay, Oscar, thank you very much. I've been kind, I've been nice, I have moved you aside, and now, thank you. I appreciate you, thank you. I love you. Sometimes you're a bit of a pain in my butt. Now, Ali will come up, and I'll move him over, and then he's fine. He is perfectly fine. And he just, he'll find a different place. Now, in a few minutes, Oscar will probably come over and find a different place to sit. But he's going to be grumpy for 5 minutes. Because you know how kids are, right? When they don't get what they want, they get grumpy for 5 minutes and they come over and give you a hug and tell you they love you. Children. Okay. That's exactly what I feel, thank you. That is the exact thing. And Martha, can you let me know if my dead air is annoying at all? Because I don't want it to be. Oh yeah, Oscar, you can play with whatever you want. Oscar is seriously watching the cards. This is a separate reading than this. I need to see what that one is. Okay, so I want to do the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. Okay. As we've stated, Wands represent initiative, ambition, drive, and desire, suit of enterprise, and risk-taking. So it's the risk-taking part that's bothering me. The 8 of this suit often shows a flight of spears or staffs moving through the air in formation, as if a hidden group of archers had let them fly all at once. This can refer to swiftly unfolding events, whether of unintentional or intentional design. There are also versions that emphasize the agricultural cycle, paralleling the yearly crop cycle with the swift growth of children into adults with children of their own. In each case, the emphasis is on the necessity of change and the challenge of keeping up with it. With the turning of the seasons, we are constantly being forced to deal with change, and there is no remedy but to live with that in mind. So get busy. There is no time to waste. And that's true, because that's what I always tell people. When you turn 42, it is a different phase of life. You start this new puberty. And, at 42, at the age of 40, you are the oldest version of your baby self. You are the oldest version of your youngest self. So, as a baby infant out of the womb, that is what you look like. And at 40, that is what that baby looks like grown up. Then between 40 and about 48, your body changes, your face changes. For women, menopause set in. For men, other things, whatever they're going through set in. And all of a sudden you turn 50 years old and you are the youngest version of your oldest self. And you now look like someone completely different because it's kind of like when girls turn 8 and their whole like body and facial structure, it's like everything doesn't look right, but then they turn 10 and it's like everything melds together. It's like my cousin's nose was too big when he was little and he had to grow into it. You see what I'm saying? There's that kind of change between like 40 and 48 that you don't actually really realize till you're 50, because those two in between years are when everything is, it's kind of like when you're building something and you're going through and you're making sure all the screws are tight. That's what those last 2 years are. That's why puberty for kids ends at 22, but at 25 they have the aha, because those 2 years all the bolts are tightening up so that they can turn 25 and just go, okay. And it doesn't matter if you're neurodivergent or neurotypical. Everybody has a complete and separate change. But for neurodivergence, it might take like an extra 2 years to realize, they don't want to do this job, they want to do that job. And that's good, because you should go to college after at 22 or later, because you do know what you need. You do need that time off after school to get jobs, to futz around, to see, what you've got to see. But so that, that's important. And here's the thing, you're willing to change. Oh God, yes, Spirit, I get that. Yeah, I'm gonna turn that off, Spirit, don't worry, I gotcha. Excuse me, I'm just dangling. God, Jesus Christ, Martha, I'm glad nobody else is gonna see this, and if they do, they do. Who cares? What do I have to hide? I'm 52 and feisty. Jesus Christ, Martha. Okay, we're turning that off, because Renee's okay. All right. Yeah, I agree, Spirit. Yeah, I completely do. You want to check out that other one again, because I don't know any other cards about her. Ow! So, yeah. That makes complete and total perfect sense. I hate commercial cell phones. So, I've really got to get this commercial off. I can't concentrate. It's really starting to get my neurodivergence. I can't take it anymore. I've got to get a decent book or a printout of all of these or something. It's just me. I'll be fine. I'll just calm down, because I can do that. I'm allowed to let myself calm down and not let that mean anything. So yeah, the 8 of this suit is often shows a flight of spears or staffs moving through the air in formation, as if a hidden group of archers had let them fly all at once. Okay, so I want to check that one before I say what I'm thinking. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. Ten of Wands. Because it feels like it feels like this Eight of Wands is you, and you're willing to climb the ladder and progress up and ascend in your life physically and spiritually, because that is what you have always done your whole life. Whether you completely realize it or not, that is just exactly what you've always done. You've always climbed the ladder. You've always ichigoed it out, and if you haven't watched Bleach, it's from that. You've always said, okay, so this is what we've got, and I need to be a little stronger. Okay, God, you think I got that much strength? Yeah, you do. I do. Okay, I'm there too, and then you just do it. You know, it's my grandfather always said, you know, you got to do what you got to do, but it was never passive aggressive, because he always knew, you know, if I can't do that, I'm gonna tell you no. But you know what? If I know I should, I'm gonna do it. Because that's what you got to do. What you got to do really means. It just means, you know that you should. You're not doing anything that's going to hurt anybody. You're not hurting yourself, but you know that you should, you know, just run this dinner next door to this person who is really nice, but maybe they talk a little longer than what you want, and they offer you a cup of tea and you get suckered in, and, you know, maybe just you can make the best of it and deal with it, because they're just lonely. You know, it's not that bad, and you can work out how to deal with that. You know, it's that you got to do what you got to do kind of ascension there. And it feels like because the 10 of the suit represents an all-out effort, an obsessive commitment to a task which demands everything you've got, which is what you've been doing, because you guys do love each other and you really do love him. But he really do love his alcohol. And if you look at the 10 of Wands, he's hiding. You see, here's the thing. He's hiding behind these wands, right? Because he doesn't want to look straight at whatever is that behind them. He can see between the cracks, and that's perfectly fine, and that's where this 10 of Wands wants to stay. And they could ascend higher if they wanted to, but they can only see between the cracks. The arrows came, and they hit the wall. And as you were climbing up the wall, you just started climbing up the arrows, because, hey, I still got to ascend, and they're in my way. And use them as a ladder, and I'll crawl right up. But this archer, he's hiding. This one is crawling up to ascension. This person wants to change and grow. I mean, when this person gets to the top of these arrows, they're probably just going to like sit there and dangle their legs for a while. They're light enough, and these arrows are definitely strong enough to hold their butt. But these arrows are not going to keep this person hidden forever. And this person doesn't realize that. This person does not realize that those arrows are not going to be there forever. Either eventually they're going to be taken by other archers to be to glide into the air to help the other Eight of Wands who need to climb into ascension, or need to, you know, face whatever, or need help up in general. He's not going to have anything to hide behind. And that ends up a problem, because he wants to make it inside the stout walls of the defended castle in the distance, but he can't, and that's the problem. He wants to make it. See, that makes sense too. You're climbing the walls of the castle to get in, and you're okay with climbing. He's hiding behind the wands because he doesn't want to put the hard work into climbing up the wall. You know, he wants to be a Knight of Pentacles, but he's not. And, okay. I'm moving those over there. Gotcha. Yes, I know my floor is dirty. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats. What would you like of me? What would you, how, do you know how old the floor is, Spirit? It's very apologetic. And it's not perfect, but you know, you'll be fine. I got snarky spirits. It's just a thing. Because also, the reverse of that is lack of perspective on your life may impair your progress. The Ten of Wands reversed suggests that you are struggling to get a sense of perspective on the situation. A lack of objectivity may impair your ability to follow through and bring things to closure, which means that he may not be able to deal with whatever it is that makes him drink and makes him angry. I mean, the cure for that is to try to reset yourself, then step back to take another look at the big, and that's what you're asking him to do, is to take a step back, look at the big picture. If you feel too exhausted to work towards the long-term goals, rest until your vision clears and you remember why it's worth the effort. Clear perspective leads to stronger motivation. But I don't think he's going to do that, because he's just hiding. That's all he's doing. He's just hiding behind the wands, and when someone comes and takes those, he's gonna hide behind another set until there aren't any there, and then he's absolutely got to deal with it, because he's now an 80-year-old man and he's drank himself to death, and he's now sitting in hospice, and they won't give him any beer anymore. They have weaned him successfully off because it's a new culture and a new day, and they had no choice. You know, I mean, so I think where this is saying, where you're willing to do the work to grow, and you're willing to see those arrows coming in the air, and you're willing to see where they land to where you can crawl up them to get up the wall better, he is not willing to do that. He is not willing to do that whatsoever at all. Thank you, Oscar. He's not willing to do it. Now, he's probably also very willing to hand out the arrows and direct where they go, just he doesn't want to do the work himself. Does that make sense? You know, he can tell people how to get sober. He's not going to do it himself. Like, that's the thing with people that are overweight. We know how to lose weight. It's just hard for us to implement it ourselves, but we can tell you how to do it without a problem, and you'll be successful. We just can't implement it for ourselves. But this is different. This is just, I don't want to face the problem anyway, so I'm just going to keep handing out these arrows and directing other people where to go, and that's just what it's going to be. And I'm going to ignore every place. And he's not even going to look up as the arrows soar above him. He's not even going to look up, because if you know that there are archers around you and they're going to let go of their bows, you have to look up to make sure that you're not going to get hit. You know, it's you've got to look up to see where are they landing, and am I in the way? And you don't want to be in the way. I mean, this guy's not in the way of anything. He's literally still in the village. He isn't even close to any danger whatsoever. You, on the other hand, you're climbing up the wall into the turret. You know, you've got a couple swords with you. You've got swords with you. So that's fair too. So herein lies so over here for these four, there's a Knight of Coins, Queen of Coins upside down, the World, and the Fool. And I could be wrong. But I feel like I don't know where that's going. Seven of Coins reversed. I'm not sure if this is showing me how you guys met. Like maybe your world was upside down and he came in and rescued you and swept you off your feet and gave you the world. And then, you know, he fell off the cliff like the Fool. But I also read this as, I want to see what this is. Let me put glasses on. Glasses. 6, 7. Yes, 7 of Coins. Okay, sweetheart, I'm telling you right now. Thank you, darling. Okay, 7 of Coins. The 7 of Coins reversed suggests that you may need a warning against doing something rash or taking a gamble. This card is traditionally associated with the idea of someone who is a gambler. This is usually a person who has lost track of the rewards of productivity and self-discipline, such a person may be willing to bet the farm on the roll of the dice, gambling not only his or her well-being, but also that of loved ones or others. This card is a warning against doing something rash. It's not too late to reconsider your options. Interesting. This advice position, the 7 of Coins in this position advises you to focus on the long run. Look beyond this week or this month. This card exemplifies the magic of compound interest. Yeah, exactly. You'll have much better results with a slow and steady investment of time, energy, and labor than you would generate by trying to win the lottery. The path to success is paved by perseverance. Glamorous or flashy moves cannot take the place of consistent steps in the right direction. If you do not understand this, perhaps you are moving in the wrong direction or not motivated strongly. So this is saying to me, not to do the ultimatum. That's why that didn't feel right up there. That goes down there. That goes in between you. That's what's in between you, is the 7 of Coins reversed. He is hiding behind the wands. You're seeing where they land and going up the tower wall to learn and educate yourself. He is not willing to do that. And you should not gamble on him trying. Because he has lost track of the rewards of productivity and self-discipline. Such a person may be willing to bet the farm on the roll of the dice, gambling not only his or her well-being, but also that of loved ones or others. So I think what this is saying is, hold on, give me a second to gather my thoughts. I think what this is saying is think about it and ask yourself the following question. Right now you're giving them an ultimatum, right? You either quit drinking for us or we don't want you anymore. Well, we already know he can't quit drinking for you because then that won't be successful. He has to quit because he chooses to quit. It's why telling people to quit doesn't work, you know? And sometimes truly, you know, like an intervention, getting people together and saying, listen, you're a good person, but you're an asshole when you're a drunk. And if you're going to do this, we're going to get divorced because I can't live like this any longer. But this feels like it's saying he's lost track of who he is. And you've seen that now. Spirit says he's lost track of who he is, so he's stopped watching what he's saying in front of you, and he is escalating to the next step. And this is going the opposite way of going up the ladder. Right now you're giving him an ultimatum, and if he chooses, wow, that is exactly what I was thinking of earlier too. Wow, I did not expect that. I totally forgot I even said that. Now that I've distracted myself, but not that badly. If he just goes ahead and takes the ultimatum and he completely and totally quits drinking for you and the kids, the question is, how long is he going to do that? Look in the future and ask yourself honestly, knowing the things you know, the people you do, the experiences you've had in your own life, and I know from the experiences in my own life and the people I know, how long do you think it's going to be that he is going to be sober? And if he does in 6 months or a year or 2 years drink again, how easy will it be for him to quit? And in that time, what is he going to do to take out his anger? Because he's already escalating. He's already forgotten who he is. He's started to say abusive words. Those are massive red flags. And I know that your red flags are up too. And we're confirming red flags right now is what's going on. Spirit says to say that's what Spirit's telling me. Yeah, we're confirming red flags. That's what Spirit says. We're confirming red flags. You know these red flags because you're moving up the ladder and you can see the red flags earlier than what you used to be able to. Like 15 years ago, you wouldn't have seen these red flags and you would have tried to work it out, and you probably wouldn't have necessarily caught on to what he said the way you caught on to it now. And that's only because, 15 years ago, we didn't know the things that we know right now. It's growth and change is all it comes down to. I have the Lovers reversed and the Emperor reversed. Now, yes, the Lovers means the Lovers. It also means, you know, which way do you want to go? Which path? There's two paths. Which path do you want to go down? But this one is reversed, which is telling me that there aren't two paths. There's one path. And I was reading the Emperor reversed. Was it the Emperor reversed earlier? I don't know why this one bothers me reversed. Maybe it shouldn't. When the Emperor card is reversed, there may be a tendency to behave like a petty tyrant, insisting on being indulged, served, and flattered. The Emperor prefers his own version of events to what is actually true and as such risks losing the respect of his people. Try to curb whatever arrogance might be distorting your point of view. Remember that though the Emperor looks like the king, he is the servant of everyone in his realm. If he doesn't serve well, the negative impact of his own deficits are what will bring him down. Well, we already know that nothing's going to curb his arrogance. He's already saying abusive words, and common ones, which is upsetting. So, yeah, this is telling me that if it was upright, you could probably have two paths, but this is saying you've got one path, and if you go with that, that's the path to abuse. Petty tyrants, and one path to abuse, and tyrants are abusive. That's the path to abuse, and you're going up, 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 up the wands. You're not going down the wands. You want to go up the wands and not down the wands. Now the Knight of Coins, I also want to see the Queen. Now this also looks like someone who comes in when your world is upside down, and then they give you the world. And then I don't feel like the Fool in this means that, oh yeah, you're going to fall off a cliff and hurt yourself. It's more like you're going to go through the honeymoon stage forever. Like it's going to be dreamy and good. And of course, you're never going to let yourself fall off a ledge. Queen of Coins. Queen of Coins reversed. The Queen of Coins reversed suggests that you should make an objective assessment of the way you manage your life and identify areas that can be improved. This may be a warning against becoming addicted to whatever pleasure has you in its sway. It's important to review the ways you have been spending your time, money, and energy over the last 6 months or so and ask yourself, is this truly in balance? Is there something I could improve about the way I have been managing my life? That's interesting, actually. That's very, very interesting. I want to see the Knight of Coins. Okay. Traditionally, this card is the Suit pictures an overseer of fertility and growth. His period of ascendancy is during the quiet years between conflicts when everybody can collaborate in raising the collective standard of living. His horse is usually huge and thick-set, more suitable to pulling a plow than riding swiftly into battle. His temperament is easygoing and relaxed. He's moving at the rate of the flow because he knows that you can't hurry time. Seeing the bigger picture like a farmer planning for the future, he doesn't allow momentary fads or fancies to distract him, and he doesn't take seriously those who do. One can feel his stability and dedication. He is totally responsible and even somewhat predictable. When it comes to, oh my God, that's a new guy. Oscar Joseph Meyer de la Gatto. Andiamo, vai, vai. Grazie, bambino. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Because he's going to make you realize, this is going to start out as a friendship possibly. He's going, ooh, I'm getting loud and shrill. It's like I'm being shouted at. He's going to make you realize how you manage things. And he's going to make you realize the ways. Okay, so what is going to happen is, bye-bye. You are then going to be here because all of this is going to go over there. You are going to be here and you are going to be climbing, okay? Yeah. Do not pass go. Do not pass bye-bye to him. So what is going to happen is you are ascending up the ladder, right? Okay, so if you stay here, basically, think about it. Is he really going to stay sober? This is a process. He's got to get better, and he can't do that in a relationship. It doesn't work. I'll know it doesn't really work that well. And he's saying very abusive words. Those are giant red flags. You know it. I know it. This is confirmation that if you go down this one path, it's the Lover's reversed, this one path to this angry emperor, that's abuse. That's not, that is not a good place to be, because you're ascending. You're going up the ladder. You don't want the abuse anymore. You want to go up the ladder. And you have to ask, in 5 years, is he going to actually be going up the ladder? In 6 months, and then, and like I say, it would be one thing if it was just the alcohol. But it's the words. It's the words. And like you said, you didn't know until you heard him say them that they were real words. Yes, why are you making me hurt you? As they're punching and punching. Why are you making me hurt you? Why are you making me... and you don't need that. You've had abuse. You've had enough, they're telling me. You've had enough abuse in your life. You don't need that. You need to keep climbing. And as you're climbing, what you're going to find out is that this guy has already climbed. He's been where you've been, in whatever form or fashion, in between his own battle, which is where you are right here, which is where you're going to stay for a little bit, okay? You're going to stay here for a good year with no one, and that's a good thing. And you might even befriend this guy in that time, who is to say? But you're going to stay there, because it's in between the battle that you continue to ascend, and you do all the self-work. And he is going to come in, and he's going to be wiser, and you're ascending, but you're still reversed. And what's going to happen is that even though you're ascending and you're figuring out the things in your life that really aren't serving you anymore, so you're stopping doing them, because that's what we do as we age. And especially when you're neurodivergent, you do stop including things in your life that just aren't serving you anymore, because they're just time wasters. He's going to come in and you're going to start talking with him, and you're going to start realizing through talking to him where in your life you can make different approvals. I don't know what that's about, approvals, changes in your life that will be for the better. And they can be little things like, putting dishes away this way, which makes it easier, whatever it is. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a life lesson, but he's going to make you realize that, oh wow, that is easier. When I get that angry and I get that mad, just doing this simple thing like he just did, just wow, that really, really helped. Or like one thing for me and Al was, when we had an argument, we would walk away. Like, I would look at me and go, I'm walking away now. And he'd go, okay. And I'd go upstairs and he'd go to the kitchen, and then 20 minutes later we'd start texting, because, you can hear people when you're texting. You can't when you're shouting at each other or having an argument, because you're not able to always think, and sometimes you gotta calm down. And that's gonna open the world for you. I want to see what the Fool upright is. So that's what that feels like. You're ascending. You did this. You did this. You did the first husband. You did, you did this, and this is not a great idea, because you want to ascend. And you want to ascend to somebody who already has done the self-work and doesn't need to imbibe to deal with their trauma. And if they are someone who at one point in time did that, they understand that they can't imbibe anymore, because it leads down to a bad road. This person has worked on their trauma. They're working on their trauma. They're growing and changing every day, and they're going to flip you upside down so that the two of you can start growing and changing, and you can be given the world. If that makes sense. Actually, I want to look up the world first. Yeah, because the world is the last tarot, and the Fool is the first one. Yeah, that's funny. That's like from beginning to end, the arcana. That was like today when all the swords came out. The World card points to the presiding wisdom which upholds life on this and all worlds. In most tarot decks, it is a female figure that has become our standard world image. She originates in Hebrew, Gnostic, and alchemic lore, and stands between heaven and earth as the cosmic mother of souls, the wife of God, and our protector from the karmic forces we have set loose upon the earth in our immaturity and ignorance. The Goddess of the World card invites us into cosmic citizenship once we come to realize our soul's potential for it. It announces the awakening of the soul's immortal being, accomplished without the necessity of dying. This card, like the sun, is reputed to have no negative meaning, no matter where or how it appears. If the Hermetic axiom is know thyself, this image represents what becomes known when the true nature of self is followed to creative freedom and its ultimate realization. Yeah, that's like the end of a cycle. And of course the Fool upright is... I just don't like that they don't give So the Fool is a person driven by base needs and urges who has fallen into a state of poverty and deprivation. In some earlier instances, the Fool is made out to be a carnival entertainer or a huckster. In others, he is portrayed as decrepit and vulnerable. As the cumulative results of his delusions and failures,
Not until the 20th century do you see the popular Rider-Waite image of the fool arise, that of an innocent soul before its fall into matter, untainted by contact with society and all its ills. Modern decks usually borrow from the Rider-Waite imagery. Most fool cards copy the bucolic mountainside scene, the butterfly in the potential misplaced step that will send the fool long tumbling into the unknown. Don't forget, though, that the earlier versions of this card represented already fallen humanity, over-identified with the material plane of existence, and beginning a pilgrimage toward self-knowledge and eventually wisdom. The Fool reminds us to recognize the path of personal development within ourselves and the stage upon that path where we find ourselves in order to energize our movement towards self-realization. So, this is toxic. You want to ascend, and as you're ascending, you're going to meet someone. It might be in a year, and it might be in 2 years, and it's going to be good that you're waiting that long because you need to do this self-work. It's extraordinarily important, even though it's going to feel like, oh, do it, because after a while that feeling is going to go away, which is then going to bring you the world. And that last part of the Fool is exactly it. The Fool reminds us to recognize the path of personal development within ourselves. And that's what this Knight of Coins is going to bring to the Queen of Coins. He might even be younger. He might even be like younger by 5 years. But that's what he's bringing, because he's already ascended past you, and age doesn't actually matter in that. You know, if you lose both of your parents at 12 and your queen at 30 still has hers, and you're both 30, you're ascended a little bit higher than this person because you've had to learn and cope and do the different things. You know what I'm saying? So this person has already had quite a bit of ascension in their own life, and they're still continuing to grow, change, and reflect. And they know that this is what you want, and they can help you do this, and you can help them do this, which will give you guys, yeah, because the world says the exact same thing. Know thyself. The image represents what becomes known when the true nature of the self is followed to creative freedom and its ultimate realization. So that's exactly what it is. You're becoming who you need to be. Now, this also can mean that as you're ascending, you're going to be a knight that turns into a queen. But remember, this wasn't originally upright. I just put it that way. It was originally upside down, which means that this is a person coming into your life that's going to help you turn around, because you're going to see where you can improve your life, and you're just going to do it. You're just going to see what they're doing. You're going to implement it yourself to try it, and you're going to go, oh, I like that. Oh, he folds his towels like that. I'm going to try that because that looks like it's going to work a lot better. And you're going to do that, and it is going to work a lot better, and you're going to grow, and you're going to change, and you're going to both ascend together and grow together. So, Spirit, is there anything else you'd like to tell me? Oh, now you're itching. Now you're itching. Now the other set of cards is itching. Okay. All right. I got you. I hear you calling, Misha. I hear you calling out to me. I hear you calling. I hope this isn't too long. My container top broke, and I'm sad, and I'm not willing to get rid of it yet.
McDonald's. Well, probably because there's a McDonald's then. Smell McDonald's French fries. Okay. Seven of coins. The flame of the hearth indicates good fortune and neutralizes the evil of near-lying unlucky cards. So all of those. I really think I like the original meaning of the Fool. Although I can see where there could be dual meaning of that. Queen of Coins. Oh, wow. Queen of Coins. Children signify friendly disposition and... what is it? I'm just going to put my glasses on because I think that that's fine. That will, like, work better. Yeah, gentleness. So seven of coins. What is that? Wait, hold on. Oh, he's gonna come in and neutralize the wounds that you have from past loves. Yeah, he's gonna steal all those swords they tried to stick into you. They thought they tried to hurt you. Yeah, he's gonna take that away. The seven of the suit typically refers to mental preparedness acquired through the use of imagination, including the rehearsing and visualization of desired results. This card represents the positive mental habits of a natural winner. The image most often associated with this card is that of a canny warrior who has infiltrated into the enemy camp on the eve of the fateful battle, checking out their preparations and stealing their swords. Such a move is guaranteed to demoralize the enemy and undermine their performance in the upcoming confrontation. Putting it in modern terms, one who draws this card needs to work smarter, not harder, thinking long and deep, study all the angles, and put yourself in the shoes of your competition. As a result, you will have such a thorough grasp on the whole situation that there will be no surprises and no excuses for anything but success. Skillful preparation justifies the optimism of the natural winner. So, yeah. Yeah. And that's what the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Coins. The Knight of Coins is. He's mentally prepared for this. He's seen this bullshit before. He's seen that before. He knows exactly what it is. That moment when one of my visions, I realized why it might actually come true. That's just strange. And that's funny because you have kids and this is the Queen of Coins, which is right up there, but it's not reversed. And it's the children. Unless you two decide to have, and maybe he doesn't have children and you guys decide to have children or adopt, you know. Okay. Something's a mess. Alrighty. Anything else you would like to tell me tonight, Miss Martha? I used to like that when I was in the salon and the moms would come in and they'd go, "Yep, we're going to see Miss Martha. Miss Martha's gonna cut your hair. Say hi to Miss Martha. Hi, Miss Martha. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Good, Miss Martha. How are you?" I just really thought that was so sweet. Because I don't like it when kids call me by my last name. I like it when they call me by my first name, but I don't mind, like, I think Miss Martha is kind of like, it's nice until they get older where, you know, they can just, you know, if they're 18, they can call me whatever. Just don't call me late to dinner because that's probably not going to happen because I like my food. I want mashed potatoes. Two of coins. Four of cups. The fish is the glasses, Martha. The fish is the emblem of riches through stocks. But if distant, it foretells failure and disaster. And this is the Four of Cups, which is double of the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups always means union. And of course, Two of Coins, that's the lady. Let's see where that one's going. It's mostly just the Four of Cups I really want to see, because I think we all know the Two of... For daydreaming. A four in this suit refers to a restless time where a person may have become dissatisfied with life and emotionally uncomfortable, feeling stagnant, longing for change. The heart ponders its options, as it should. The Four of Cups reversed indicates that you may not be making the reasons for some reluctance you are feeling clear to yourself or others. Some part of you is resisting the flow of events, but you are not admitting your own part in this yet. That has absolutely nothing in this because you haven't done anything wrong. So I'm willing to say that this has absolutely nothing to do with the Four of Cups. Because I love these cards because sometimes you can read them as the minor arcana and sometimes they're just absolutely not. This tells me there's something with money coming in, and I don't know if that's you're getting a better education or going to school or taking your ex-husband back to court. Okay. This is the lady, and she looks like she's sitting in front of a jail cell. I'm gonna plug my phone in. Don't freak out on me now, okay? I'm gonna move my leg. Ooh, yeah. Move it over like that. Perfect. Okay. But before the lady is the children, and before the children is the Seven of Coins. Now, this Queen of Coins and the children does represent you and your kids. And this fire represents something that's going to neutralize something that's going on. Now, I have a feeling that this is going to have to do with extra money that your ex-husband is going to get. Does he cheat on his taxes? Does he have stocks and bonds? Does he have money you don't know about? Because I have a feeling that if he's not embezzling something, something is going on somewhere. Or because this is the Five of Swords. The coffin foretells acute illness or loss of property when near the person. When distant, a probability of averting evil. So, yeah, what was I just saying? Like I'm curious to know. Like, I don't know what he does for a living, but I'm wondering now if he's stealing. Because like this is a red fish, and it always reminds me of Sleeping with the Fishes. But it also says something about stocks on it. The fish is the emblem of riches through stocks, but if distant, it foretells failure and disaster. So it's making me wonder, do you have any of his old phones? Now, when I look at this fire, I was seeing a house fire for some reason. I don't know what that's about. But I really think that, oh, maybe he was burning papers. Burning papers. Something is going on here with your ex-husband. I don't know what the hell it is. All I know is you either may have something you don't realize and he doesn't realize that you have. And you, whatever, I don't know what this is. Whatever this is, it's going to neutralize you. It's not like neutralize. It's what it's going to do is, you're not going to get blamed. They're going to come ask you questions and you're not going to be in trouble. You have absolutely nothing to do with this, even if you have knowledge, and they're going to look at you and say, yeah, this doesn't have anything to do with you. There is, but you have knowledge because you were his wife. And this I don't know if this has anything to do with stocks or bonds or money being embezzled or whatever, but he is getting in trouble. He is getting in trouble. Now, I don't know if this is something maybe money-wise he's keeping secret from the court that the court doesn't know, and so you're going to get more money and he's going to go to jail. But this doesn't feel like it has anything to do with like child support. This does not feel like child support. This feels like something he is doing that you didn't know he was doing, and now he's going to get caught for, whether he still works for that company or not. And if he's a narcissist, he always thinks that his ass is beautiful and wonderful, right? He never thinks he can get caught, right? Yeah, so I guess Spirit had another plan tonight for us here. So, yeah, start looking around your house, just, or unless you know something, or unless you've been thinking about something, or unless this is, like this doesn't feel like child support, because I know you had mentioned that, like, you didn't want them to know, the court to know that but there's something, it's not that. Like, it shows me that it would be secret like that, but it has nothing to do with that. The King of Swords. The bride ensures for a single person the fulfillment of the highest aims when near, if distant, turbulent married life. And you did. You had a turbulent married life with the King of Swords. That was not a fun time for you. That was like being on fire. Two of Swords. Look up the Two of Swords real quick. I feel like that's important, more so. Oh, shoot. There we are.
Wrong Martha. Wrong Martha. Two of Swords, blind justice. The two in this suit usually represents conflicting ideas or visions. These must be reconciled by communication in order to arrive in a harmonious place or to complete strategic negotiations. Mixed signals prevail. While they may be appearing to try to communicate, opposite sides are missing each other entirely, with possibly drastic consequences in the best case. A frank discussion would clear the air and serve both sides, but one cannot expect that in every instance where this card appears. And you couldn't, because this represents you and his... No, that's this one. Yeah, and you couldn't because you were married to the King of Swords. Because the King of Swords... Yeah. He's cold. He's cold, and that was a hard... Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what that is. I have no idea what he's doing, but I feel, maybe I'm wrong. Tell me what you think. You know. You never know. Maybe this will be a friend of yours. Maybe this is for a friend of yours, but doesn't feel like that. The house denotes success in all ventures. If present condition is unpleasant, the future will be happy and prosperous. Also predicts marriage. So, yeah, there you go. So the bride does have a dual purpose in there. Now, mind you, this may not be something that's happening right now, because now that I'm looking at this, this is also the King of Swords. Yes, you were married to the King of Swords before, and he didn't communicate well, and he was, you know, a hard marriage. But our knight can turn into a king as well. And that king and bride can be very powerful when this happens. So this, you're not being questioned now, you're being questioned in a year. Does that make sense? Like, makes me wonder if he's got like more than one bank account. Like, weird reading. Anyway, I'm sorry this is so long. I hope it's okay. Oh, yeah, because the Joker came up. Yeah, the Joker came up, and the Joker means it's the end of the reading. And then it gave you the Six of Cups. In the house, you're going to have a happy life. Yeah. And this isn't going to matter. Because he's just going to fall by the wayside, and you're just going to move on with your life with this guy here. And he's going to go do whatever the hell he's going to do, and he doesn't actually matter anymore because, you know, I don't think, even if in a year he comes back and he's sober, he still said those words. And those words are words of somebody who's going to punch you in the face. And your face is too pretty to be punched. Too pretty. Beautiful. I always used to think the song "You Are So Beautiful" was stupid until I realized that really it's not that bad. But yep, the writer is a sign of good news. Yep,
The Rider is a sign of good news. So that's like a new, I don't know if you want to live in the country with horses or not, but it seems like you're going to have, yeah, because that's the Knight of Coins. That's the Knight of fucking Coins. Jesus Christ, it's the Knight of goddamn Coins. You came up here as the Queen of Coins with the kids, and now this is gonna happen, and then you got the house with the, and then the, oh my god. So yeah, oh, that's funny. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but he's getting in some trouble. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's going to do something at work. Maybe he's going to cheat something. I don't know. Maybe he's going to rob a bank. Maybe he's going to hold up a convenience. I don't know what he's doing. All I know is they're going to come and they're going to talk to you, and he is going to jail. Or at least they're going to arrest him. The bear did, yeah. That's, yeah. The bear is a sign of successful speculation. That one always surprises me when it comes out. So yeah, I don't know if he's embezzling. I don't know if he's going to steal stuff. I don't know what he is going to do, but he's going to get in trouble, and you may actually have proof at the house now, or maybe he's going to like drop off proof, like my something is also saying like he hides something at your house when he comes to get the kids or visit or whatever, and then the cops inspect your house, and when they find it, you're like, oh my god, I wouldn't have that, and the cops are like, no, we know you wouldn't. We knew what we were like looking for, like, oh wow, there was like a flash of something there for a second. They're like, no, we knew. We didn't want to tell you, but we knew what we were looking for, but you're not in trouble. That's what this is. We know what we're looking for. You're not in trouble. You have nothing to do with this. You just happen to have this evidence in your home on your person. And you want that to be there because you want this to happen. Because I don't know what the hell this is. And it'd be a kilo of cocaine for all I know. But what do you think, Spirit? What do you think? You think we're done? Any other information you want to hand out? Seven of Clubs. Seven of Wands. The lilies forecast a happy life, but family sorrow is surrounded by clouds. Lying above the person signifies virtuous life, but when under, indicates immorality. And since we don't have any clouds, the lilies forecast a happy life. And your reading is over because the second Joker came out. So there you are, my friend. Yep. And there you are. I love your face.